Champions Podcast, the show where we celebrate the educators who are changing the game in the world of learning. Champions Podcast will take you on a journey through the inspiring stories of educators who teach with a mission, leaving an indelible mark on their schools and the lives of their students. Subscribe now, and together, let's celebrate the educators who are shaping the future, one classroom at a time. This is the Champions Podcast. Let the journey.
Okay, good morning, good afternoon, good evening to my viewers, wherever you are watching. So today we are on our fourth episode for our Champion Podcast, and today I'm very glad that I can invite someone very special, which is for me is quite cool. The things that he do for Google, the things that he does for Google is quite interesting. So today our guest is Yuto. Yuto, yeah. So let us invite him inside this podcast. So Yuto, yeah, this is Yuto. All right. So before we start, I believe that all our listeners want to know who is Yuto, and can you tell a little bit about your background, Yuto?
Okay. Hi everyone. I am Yuto. Of course, I'm from Japan, but right now I live in Singapore, and it's been 6 years and a half already. And yeah, I'm working in. I started living here because I got a job here as a school teacher in Japanese school, Singapore, and I worked there for 5 years, and then I resigned there, and then I started my own company, and yeah, now it's been 1 year and a little bit since I started my own business. Yeah.
All right. So since you already mentioned about your company, can you tell us more about your company and what's your company name, Yuto?
Okay. My company name is You Go Anywhere, and I do basically educational services to adults and kids. Yeah, teaching technologies. Basically teaching technologies. Yeah.
All right. So, Yuto, can you tell me your journey? Tell to our listener your journey from Japan to Singapore, and what is the tipping point? Where's the spark come from? Because I believe that not many Japanese will go far and then will come to Asia, will come to places like Malaysia or Singapore to start a new living. Why you decide to take this route, Yuta?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah. Right.
Good question. So the working in Japanese school in Singapore it was my first job right after I graduated college, and at that time I wanted to live abroad. This is the first things anywhere in the world except Japan I needed to experience at first. Then at that time I was planning to go back to Japan after 3 years staying in Singapore, because at that time I was quite interested in English education in Japan. But working in Singapore and then there was no English class. Teaching English at school, because I was at first I was an art teacher. So then I kind of gradually less interested in English education, but gradually I also getting interested in technologies, especially in education. Yeah.
All right.
Go ahead.
Yes. Talking about technology, what made you kaput after that? That means go far from what you want to about to tell us. Yeah, you can continue, Yuta.
Oh wait, say it again.
Okay. Just now you say from art to technology, right? So what it made me interested is what made you change that direction. I believe that you tell us, right? Yes. Right. Continue.
Okay.
Right.
At first the art teacher was not what I wanted. Actually, it just because there was a available spot. That's why I became an art teacher. But the technology things, I like at first I didn't teach technology to kids. I was just a classroom teacher, like after a art teacher. So, but like in the school, it was quite like really left behind with technologies, like using paper to share the information with other teachers, and we have to print it and then put it everyone's table. So, but I knew we should change it, the way we work, like to the technology side. So at first I created some like a lesson planner for teachers. I created for everyone's in my school. Then I shared it with everyone, and they said, "Wow, this is great." So then that gave me more courage to do it. Yeah.
Yuta, about that school, is it that school at first that you, because based on your LinkedIn profile, the first school is not Japanese school, is it? So
It was Japanese school.
oh, all right. So so how does the teachers in those traditional setting accept these changes? Is it hard at first or how?
Yeah, like at first, yes. And some was, I mean, they needed to use this kind of lesson planner before, but it was like everyone's in like individual lesson planner. So it was not the same. So that's why they were still used to technologies. I mean, lesson planner in digital. But of course, there was some like they couldn't accept how you do it, because I mean, I think this is not only Japanese, but
Yes.
we sometimes don't like to change something, because when you need to change, you feel some stress. So that's why, I mean, I'm quite okay with changes, but like those who working as a teacher in Japan for a long time, they don't change. So they basically do the same things, basically. So that's why if they needed to change it to technologies, and they had some stress about it. And some, of course, they are not used to technologies and they cannot handle it well. That's why, of course, some kind of give me some comments about it, but still okay. I could handle it. I mean, I just wanted to talk with them. Yeah. So that's how I solve it.
So you start from there. I believe that because I also go through your YouTube channel, right? I think I should also introduce to our viewer too. Let me find that first. Okay, this is the channel that Yuta. Okay, you guys can subscribe to Yuta channel, right? Which is quite interesting. So can you from there, I believe that is where you started this YouTube channel, right, Yuta?
Yeah.
So do you have any good feedback from this YouTube channel, and what made you eager to do more contents? Because I believe that this YouTube channel is mainly for Japanese teacher, and like a teacher from outside from Japan, like me. Actually, after digging in your channel, I actually kind of want to learn, but I couldn't learn because I couldn't have Japanese. So yeah, what's your starting point? Right, yeah, Yuta. Okay, yeah.
So like reason why I started the YouTube channel, is it?
Yeah, why you started the YouTube channel, and how does it progress from the first time that you introduced this to the Japanese teacher? Because from what I found out, you also appear at ATHQ General TV, which is a huge success for a teacher. So yeah.
NHK, is it?
Yes.
Oh yeah. Okay. At the beginning, like it was under COVID-19, and like I needed to create some tutorial videos for my students in my school, and And then I felt like, oh, if I need to create these videos, then why don't I just share it with other teachers? Because I had known like teachers in Japan also needs this kind of tutorial videos. So that's why I started a YouTube channel. And like, it's just so easy to share. And also I feel like no need to create, like, you don't need to create new videos. I create it. So you just like share it and let students watch it. So then like, and also the teachers in Japan are basically too busy to create these kind of things, like too many things to do. So this is one of the like problem in Japan, but they still, I mean, actually they are still busy, but at that time, like under COVID, they, of course, they feel more busier than usual because they need to deal with COVID, and also like they have to give the students some teaching. So I knew there was no time for creating it. Yeah. So, and then at first I shared it with in Facebook. I shared it on Facebook. Like, I created this video and you guys can watch it. And then I shared it with some other groups in Facebook. Then they really liked it because this is what they needed. So I basically tried to create something useful to the teachers in Japan. So then, yeah, like some like contacted me and create some, I mean, they just say like, oh, this is great, thank you so much. Then this kind of encouragement makes me more like happy, and also like motivation to create more. Yeah.
Right, you talk about, since it's mainly more on Japanese, right? I believe that my viewer, most of them is from Malaysia and all around Asia. Will you start another channel which also create the same content but in English? Will you do that in the future for us?
I guess, I mean, I'm not gonna create a new channel. I'm in the same channel, but it's, yeah, like, I mean, actually yesterday I took a video about Google Champion Symposium, but it was, everything is in Japanese. But with these days technologies, I think I can create it like in the English, like easily, just convert it to the English. I think I can do it. Yeah. Without I speak English. I mean, of course I can speak English, but of course I feel comfortable with Japanese. So maybe I take a video in Japanese and then just convert it with AI to English. Yeah, I think I will do it. Yeah.
I look forward to it. So now how the next question I think is also quite close to you. How does Google education impact you after that? Because from what I find out, Google mostly encounter part of your life, like 80%, if I go through your portfolio. So how does it change you? Yeah, from your work as an educator, because I believe that you also give lots of talks in Google Singapore from what I found out. So can you share on that? Yeah.
Oh, like how? Wait, what's the question again?
Okay, my question is, how do Google for Education impact you as an educator? Because from the portfolio that you share online, you have lots of invitation, and it sort of conquer your life, 80% of your life, and your life now is mostly on Google. So how does it impact you now? Yeah, yes, Yuta.
Oh, like maybe like share and like collaboration. Like, I think the collaboration part, I think affect me a lot. Like, because students can like share their thoughts each other in the same, like let's say Google Slides, and they see each other's opinion, and it's quite seamless, and I think this is what I love. Yeah.
Right. So I believe that our listener also want to know whether is there a chance for Malaysian listener or even other listener from Thailand, from Indonesia, because from my data there is Indonesian listener that follow my podcast already. So how do we find you to collaborate further if we want to find, let's say, we want to invite you over to our school at Indonesia? Is it possible, Yuta?
Yeah, can. Like, I mean, you mean how should they connect with me?
Yeah.
Oh, Twitter, email. I mean, anywhere is okay.
Right.
I mean, maybe the like here the like Yubobo is handle name.
All right.
I basically use this for the Twitter, Instagram. Yeah, I think everything.
So listeners, if you want to contact Yuta, that's the handle from Yuta. So that now let's go on. Now, could you mention some of the most effective Google education tools and strategies that introduced in your classroom so far? Right, I repeat again. Yeah, now, all right. So now we proceed to the next question. Could you mention some of the most effective Google for education tools and strategy you could introduce in your classroom that you have introduced in your classroom? Because, from what I found out, you are quite expert in doodles, you are quite expert in slides and so on. So, which one is the most effective tools in your classroom now? You are teaching young learners, right?
I think slides. I mean, for the adults, of course, spreadsheets. But I mean, if they're getting good at technologies, and I think most of them like the spreadsheets. But for the education part and for the kids, I think slides is just good enough. Like creating some stories or like books or like creating the game, everything can be done in Google Slides. So I think Google Slides is the best for me.
Right. Can you share more to us? What have you done with Google Slides and what are the success story that you have to do with Google Slides? Because we listeners don't have those information. So can you share to us more? Yeah.
Okay. I think like there was one student like with special needs, and wait a sec, my earphones got. Wait a sec.
Okay, also share also. It's okay.
The student had needed special needs, and he couldn't talk. I mean, he couldn't talk well. So, but he also likes train. So, what I did with him was like creating the train book in the Google Slides, like because he has lots of photos of the train, and sometimes with him in the photo, and also in Japan there's tons of trains everywhere. So he created some picture and what is it called, and also where is it, and also how did he think about it. So this kind of things he created like around 10 pages, and then once he created everything, then we printed out and then created like a physical book. So it was quite nice way to use Google Slides.
Do you have any example to show to us? No, yes.
Oh, I know. What else?Maybe like of course the shogi project, also one of my favorite. I mean, I think you know it, but the shogi project is like those who living in, especially in Singapore, the Japanese students, they are not familiar with Japanese culture. But also some parents and also some teachers want kids to experience some Japanese things. So that's why I created the shogi board game. Shogi is like a Japanese chess, and it's just a chess, but you can play with others in the Google Slides. I created in the Google Slides, and everything is made in Google. Like for the image, I used Google Drawings, and also for the character, I love pixel art, so I created some pixel art with Google spreadsheets. Yeah, then everything, once I created all the images for the shogi project, and I put it all together to the Google Slides to let them play. Yeah, and kids love it.
Right, interesting. So now, what is your advice for educator like you, a teacher like you, that want to look to integrate technology, especially those new to Google for education? Because I believe that even for now, even though we as trainers, we keep on want everyone to take up the Google, but we know that every time when we try to balance the traditional and the modern type of teaching, is sometimes didn't balance. So what's your advice in this for this integration, and what should they do as a new teacher in this?
The teachers means they're not familiar with technologies, or
some teachers that are new and also still not quite familiar with this application.
I guess like enjoy learning new things, because these days everything is changing. So if you are not like used to change something, then you definitely feel some stress from changes. So that's why we need to learn new things, because if you know something new, then you feel kind of satisfied with what you learned. So maybe you might get some idea from me today, then that's really great. And also, like, of course, there are some many things that I'm not sure about. So these things I eager to learn, and also like especially if you wanna do something for education, then definitely something new. Like with these days, like everything is changing. So that's why what we need to teach kids also changing. Of course, some basics we still remain as before, like a little bit of calculation, or like numbers and the data, or like language. These are like basically same, especially for the primary school. But we need to change the way we teach, and maybe not teaching. Like teaching is something that AI do, or like technology does. So we just need to be a facilitator sometimes to let the students experience and learn something new. So these kind of things are what we need, like change our mindset, not kids, us. What we need is like make ourselves better learner. And this is what I think. Yeah.
So talking about making us better, right? So I have a quite challenging question for you, Yuta. What in the future, because you say we have to adapt, right? Is it okay for AI to take over our teaching role in the future next time? What do you think, Yuta?
Teaching role,
Yeah.
AI should do it.
All right. Why?
For the teaching, for the mentally, like kids need adults, definitely. Still, AI cannot do it, I guess. But the teaching, it doesn't have to be AI. Maybe like already created a good content. These kind of things, like kids can learn it better without teacher. They just some play some games, then they might learn already. But so these things might not be reliable related to AI. But if the game has integrated with AI, then they might have more like individualized like individual learning. Yeah. So I think for the like teaching, not say teaching, like learning something, kids might need just AI or technologies, but teacher have to be there as a guide, as a facilitators. So this is what I think.
All right. Now talking about all of this, right? Talking about AI, talking about Google Slide and so on, right? What challenges that you have encountered in promoting and implementing? Just now you say you try to introduce a lesson plan, this sort of thing to your Japanese colleague in Japanese school in Singapore, right? So what are the challenges so far that you have encountered that you don't mind share to us that also out Utah to the Utah that I know today? So yeah. Can you tell us more?
By the way, I'm Yuto.
Oh, Yuto, yes. Oh,
yes.
Right.
なんだろうな。What are the maybe changing teachers' mindset?
Okay, one. Anyone?
Not say change. I think this is the whole problem for me. Like after all, the adults cannot accept their changes. Today I talk about changes a lot, but their mindset needs to change. And now maybe getting better, I guess, because like I felt this like 6 years ago. Yeah, when I was like for the first year or second year to work in the school. So I think at that time I shared some ideas that we can use technology for kids and also for us teachers to enhance our productivity. But some couldn't accept it because they're not sure how to do it. So then at first I was like teaching individually, but this like teaching individually to the especially teachers, this takes tons of time to do it. My time, and there was like 50 teachers, so if I do it for everyone, then I don't have time to like prepare for my class for students. So that's why I also started creating videos at school. It's just a screen sharing and then take a video. And then once I like decided to use like, let's say like, hey, let's use this one, then I already created how to use it. So I shared this data and the video together, and then they watch it. And if they don't know how, then they come to me. So I was like last one to ask.
So Yuto, just now that's from teachers, right? How about parents? How do Japanese parents in Singapore react? Would they say, "Oh, too much last time," or how? Yeah.
I guess どうなのかな? I think they're kind of really waited for like technology style, because like those who working in Singapore basically like in Japan they did well. That's why the company sent them to the Singapore to deal with this area, Asian area. So especially those who working knows like quite well about technologies. So then their kids go to school, and then if it's like really left behind with technologies, and then they kind of shocked, like, what the, like, they still use paper, like this kind of things happened. So I think if when I shared it with other, like when I started like using technology for students and teachers and sometimes for parents, it was quite smooth for me. Like some might feel, hey, we cannot use it well, but it does not a lot. And if they don't know, then they just like called or email to me or email to teachers, then they shared it with me. So it was quite okay.
How about okay, just now teachers, parents, how about Ministry of Education? From
Ministry of Education, you mean in Japan?
In Japan and also in Singapore, since it's interrelated, how do they respond to you at that time? Yeah, you.
Oh, you mean, wait, do you mean like,
Yeah, so we talk about teachers, right? We talk about parents, and then the last one, Ministry of Education. How do they respond to what you do at that time?
I think they didn't have any comments. They didn't share anything. They didn't. Right. Like, and also, like about the technologies, not really. They didn't have any like email or something. Not really.
They don't even try to put you on a platform. Say, oh, this is the one that all teachers in Singapore should look towards to and learn from. No, is it that time?
Not really.
Right.
I mean, the Japanese school here is it's a private school in Singapore. So of course there is some like private something, like some sort of committee or association there is, but they don't like try to like check how we do it. I think so. Yeah. I mean, or like some like principal or vice principal deal with it, but I didn't know it.
Yeah, it's quite different from Japanese school in Malaysia, because from what I know, we got public Japanese school even in Johor. All right. Now, for the last section, I want to ask you, what's your opinion? What do you see in the future of education? What do you think it will look like in regards to technology, and what do you think skill that kids or even our students should take on now? Because I believe that even some young viewers will watch this podcast, and in your opinion, what kind of skill that they should take on now before it's too late? Yeah, what do you think?
Oh, good question. I think what we and them need is motivation to do something. And of course, of course, the other basic skills, we need to know the like reading, how to read, how to write, or how to type. These two are, I think, important, and also listening also important. And speaking, of course, as a language, it's quite important. But like how to like do the math questions, or like what can we do? I mean, what like about the like history, this kind of things. Even though they didn't know, AI can do it. So what we need is motivation. Like, what do you want to do it? What do you want to create? So this kind of motivation is the most important things for the future. Because if you want to know about, let's say, Japanese history in Japan, or related to Malaysia or related to Singapore, then AI sometimes make mistakes, but even though if the AI cannot do it, there is information about it on the internet. So what we need is, what do you want to search? What do you want to create? What do you want to know? So this kind of things is the most important things for the young ones and also adults also. Yeah. So that's why we need to be a better learner. Yeah.
Interesting response. So from there, I can know that for you, coding is totally not important in the future. Is it? Is
Coding?
that what you? Yes, coding, everything is not very important in the future. Is it? That what to me also, Yuta? Yuto?
For the coding, for the basic, I think we still need to know. Let's say creating some anything like automation or games, because if we don't know at all, then we really don't know how. But basically, AI can create a code for it. So, I'm not a programmer, that's why I'm not sure about it, but we still can use AI to code, even though we have no idea about coding. I also not good at coding, but I still can create some Google script to automate our tasks to do. So that's why. And before the let's say generative AI coming last year, I basically searched it how to do it. Then I know some of it. Then I just implement it to my association or schools, and it works. But now generative AI can create a code. So, but if you don't know about the how it works and how you change it and where you let's say copy and paste, then you cannot do it well. So maybe the basic things are important, but advanced one, AI might do it. Yeah.
So you are still more on AI, but soft skill is more important. So it's quite interesting. So now, have you seen any teacher that out of your school that also ask for your help in implementing successful technology in education around Singapore? Because from what I see from your Facebook profile, right, I saw that lots of interaction between teachers I believe it's up from your school that find you on StreamYard also. Can you tell us more on is it successful, and do you think that more guidance is needed? Because I believe that even for country like Malaysia, we are actually, I put it in this way, we are kind of struggling in learning, and we still try to adapt in our school. And yeah, I have to admit that it's not that successful. So I believe that Singapore might be better off compared to Malaysia. Yeah.
You mean the Japanese teachers? Is it?
Japanese teacher or even other teacher, because I believe that other teachers out of Japanese school also find you, right? I believe. Yeah.
Well, for a local school, not sure, but I think in the government school or private school in Singapore are basically good. I think successful, but I heard. I've never seen it with I've never seen it, but some really local school, still struggling with technologies. Teachers cannot do it well, and yeah, these kind of things I heard. But for the Japanese school, I think it's getting better. But some, it's basically every 3 years they have to go back, basically. So then, if the new teachers are not familiar with technologies, then they have to learn it here. But if there is no technology teachers in Japanese school. So yeah, so that's why the technology, if there is no teachers who is good at technologies, then the school might be in trouble in Singapore. Yeah. This is not good because it's kind of to me, it's kind of stupid to like for school not to have a technology teachers. Yeah.
Does that also happen in Japanese school in Japan?
Right.
Oh, so
Yes, it does. Like there is like it's like an assistant teacher. There is, but it's like one assistant teacher in, let's say, 3 to 5 school. So the assistant teacher have to go to many schools. Yeah.
because you told from people that is never been to Japan, never see Japanese school, right? We thought that Japan is very modern, full of
Nope.
Akibahara, everything.
No.
Yeah, right. That's quite interesting. Yeah, it's actually quite shocking for me because I just learned it from you. Yeah. So now, what are the most significant lessons you learned throughout your journey as an educator and content creator, and how have these lessons shaped your teaching philosophy? Yeah, before we end our podcast.
Maybe if you like, I think you mean what I learned from.
Yeah, what have you learned? Yeah.
I think creating a good content works well. I mean, I like some teachers, those who are not good at technologies. I mean, maybe Japanese teachers only, but they try to like limit their time for the technologies. I mean, let's say like Chromebook, like during the recess, they can use Chromebook. I mean, they can do whatever they want, but some teachers, hey, you cannot use it. Like you use it every day. Like, these kind of things happen. But for me, like if the students want to use it or not, it's up to them. If they want it, they should do it. But for me, if they create something good, this is better. So this is what I think. Like, let them experience everything, but they have to create something. No, like just watching YouTube, TikTok on the Chromebook is not nice. I mean, I don't want to say, oh, you cannot watch that. I don't want to say this, but I might say, oh, that's not nice. And it's kind of like such a wasteful way to use technologies. I say this kind of thing. Like if the students create something good or anything, if they're creating something, it's okay. Do whatever you want. Yeah. So creating the good content is, for me, it's important. Like everywhere. Yeah, like my YouTube and the students. Yeah. Because I don't want to like lower their motivation to use technologies. So it's okay for them to use it every day, but I encourage them to use it for creating something. Yeah.
Right. So you told for creating, yeah. So I got your point. Yes. So that's all for our podcast today. Thank you, Yuto, for joining us. So I believe that our listeners, beside from knowing that, I believe that if you don't mind, where do you teach in Singapore? What's the name of your school? Maybe some of our listeners next time, hey, want to go to Yuto School in Singapore. How can we find you? Yeah, your school is. If you want to visit. Yeah.
I work in the international school right now, but I mean, this is like still part-time. Like I do my own business on Wednesday and Sunday, and Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday also. Wednesday, Thursday, I work in international school. So actually, my company name is You Go Anywhere, right? So I go anywhere. Many phrases. So I think just like SNS is okay, like WhatsApp or email. Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. Maybe Facebook is easy way to connect with me. Is it?
Yeah, I believe so. Yeah. So, do you have any plan to open your franchise, your company to Malaysia? Because we are neighbors. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
right now I maybe in Singapore only.
Because we also have Japanese in Malaysia. Yeah.
Japanese what?
We also have Japanese in Malaysia or around Malaysia.
Right.
So yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Do you have any plans?
I mean, for the online, of course, good. Online, yes. But physically, no yet, I guess. I'm not sure if you know it, but my wife is Malaysian.
Oh, interesting.
So I actually this weekend I go KL.
Oh, interesting. Right. So thank you for joining. So remember, listener, if you want to support Yuto, remember to subscribe to his channel. Give a click, right, and so that we have more and more new listener who come in to join our podcast. So thank you, Yuto, for joining this podcast. Arigato, right?
Arigatou gozaimasu.
Thank you. All right.
Thank you so much.
Bye-bye.
All right, bye. Take care.